going on, guys? It's Josh with Deprived Productions, starting off our Unreal Engine 4 tutorial series. That right, number one. We're gonna talk about materials today, and we're gonna talk about materials a lot. But I mean, we did that in the past for all my Project Torture people that were involved. You guys are, I love you. You're like my little Project Torture children. That was all right. So I got this noodle. All right, we're gonna do stuff with it. Okay, we're gonna make it colorful. So it's a white little noodle. It's just it's a noodle. Okay, so that's what we're gonna call it. But we're gonna work with materials today. So basically, what that means is we're gonna put a material on this noodle and we're gonna make it real pretty. So I've got my little layout here. It may look a little different than yours, but I got the content browser here, and the reason it is empty is because if you go into content, I've created a folder called DP because that stands for Deprived Productions, and we're going to right click once we're in there and click on material. Boom, I'm going to name it test, right? So I got a little test material because I do that all the time. And now this one, I can hold it, drag it onto my noodle. Drag it on the noodle. I got a little, that pretty much means nothing. That's what that means. I had a little white noodle, and now I got a nothing noodle, and then you know, we can go in here and edit what this actually is. So right now it's set to nothing, but hey, we're going to go in here and we are going to make this thing look pretty. You ready? Let's do it. Double click on test right here, and we got our blueprint editor for the material. So the material blueprint kind of editor, or however you want to word that. There's nothing going on here. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. You got the collar here. It's kind of showing you what the collar is, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. But basically, let's scroll in. Hold the CTRL and scroll in like that, and look at base collar. Let's change that first. We need something, right? Well, the collar is going to consist of 3 values, kind of like a vector or a location or a rotation. RGB, kind of like X, Y, Z. 1, 2, 3. There's different ways to look at it. So if I hold the number 3 on the keyboard and click, I got 3 values here, and it even shows it right here. It's set to black. You know, because it's 0, 0, and 0, which means it's kind of binary. 0s being black and 1 being white for each color, or 0 being empty and 1 being full. So now I got a black noodle. Used to be a white one, now it's a black one. That's okay. So what's going on now is I basically am going to double click on this and obviously make some changes, but as you can tell, it's being applied as soon as it's saved, right? Now, I'm going to double click it again, and it's right here. I'm going to move that. We'll grab the little window and put it right beside my other one here. I can go back and forth now real fast. Let's go in here and change the collar. Click on the box. You got the 3 collars here. They're all set to 0. I could go 0.5, 0.2, and 0.5. You're seeing it turn purple, right? Or I could just be like 1.5 and 0, like a yellow. I like a little yellow, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. That 0.5, 0.2, and 0.5 purple is kind of doing it for me. It's like a pink, purple, mauve. It's kind of like it's colorful. We got a little pinkish purple noodle out here now. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. Got a just colorful noodle. We got all kind of stuff to work. But there you go. We changed the color. We can go right back to it. Now check it out. Check this right here, metallic. I'm gonna change that a little bit. You can kind of figure out what's going on there. Now again, 0 to 1. I only need one number, 0 to 1. I'm gonna hold the number 1 and click, and look what I got. Hold the number 1 and click. What do I got? I can Control Z and get rid of that. Now if I plug it in here, 0 is gonna be non-metallic at all, right? Not even close to metallic. I set it to 1. It's gonna be extremely metallic, all metal looking. Let's go to like 0.8, right? I'll save that. Then we can jump back, like I said, jump back into the editor and see what that looks like in there. It's kind of a metal look to it a little bit, right? Now, let's check it out at 1 real quick. You might even notice if you have the metal all the way up, the color will get a little darker. Just kind of showing you what the metal can do here. It's really, really neat. Yeah, it's a lot darker out here, right? But look how pretty that is. That's neat. Let's change it back to 1.8 though, or 0.8. I'm so sorry. Look at this. We're gonna skip specular, but go down to roughness. Okay, think about that. Let's get another 1 value, right? Got it right here. Got the 1. I held the number 1. It's a scalar value. It's pretty much just one number. We're gonna plug it in. Now roughness being 0, that means it's gonna be super smooth, not rough at all. Whoa, almost too smooth. 1 would probably be like a chalk. You know what I'm saying? But with the metal applied, you can imagine that is a really odd texture. I can change it. Look at a plane. Look at a box. Look at all kind of. Don't do that. Whatever that's going on there, like a cone over here. We keep it on the ball because I like a little purple ball. We're going to click back on that there. I'm going to set it to 0.15. 0.15? Let's save that. Let's go outside and kind of look at it real quick, see what it's looking at. You know what I'm talking about? Make it see if it looks pretty. Oh, wow. It looks like a glassy, half metal, half not. It's a noodle, and it's pretty cool looking, right? Just simple changes we just made real quick. It's kind of reflecting the surfaces off. I like that. Super cool. I just want to show you one more little trick. I just want to show you a few of these parameters here that we could change. There's a lot of them, and we'll work with all of them. But the reason, look, some of these are grayed out, some of them are not. But the reason they're grayed out is because it's the type of material we have. If you click on the box that says test or whatever you name your material, you have a lot of options over here. The material settings. Now I'm just going to change this default lit. Now the shading. We're going to go to unlit. And look, now all these are no longer even being used. That's plugged in there. I'm holding Alt and clicking and getting rid of that. I'm just going to take this emissive and plug it straight in that because it's the only one that's going to bring in collar now. You're thinking, oh, okay, well, what did that change? You know what I mean? What's the big deal? Let's check out what's going on here. I understand it's a little brighter, but it's lost its edging. There's no light being applied. So it's almost like it's being flattened, like 2D almost. You know what I'm saying? There's no shading. There's no nothing. It's just very, very bland. But hey, it just depends on your art style. In a 3D world, I wouldn't recommend something like this, especially on a noodle. But whatever. Double click. Let's go back into it. Now you're probably thinking that's a little bright. Well, you could change these values, right? Just drop them down lower to not be as bright because 0 would be black. But check this out. If I hold the letter M and click multiply, see that? I can plug this into here. Right? And see the second value, so we'll alt click that to get rid of it. The second value, it's that, and then we'll go, let's just do 0.4. So basically, it's taking the 0.5, the 2, or the 0.5, the 0.2, the 0.5, multiplying those three values by 0.4, and then plugging that into emissive color, and you'll notice it's darker. Huh? A little math for your algebra, and if you go back over here, it's like a darker pinkish purple. But hey, guys, you know that's pretty much it. Wanted to show you a couple things you can do with materials. We got all kind of cool stuff to learn. For those that didn't realize that you can actually go in and change more stuff when you actually click here and go in. There's a lot of stuff to change, and we're gonna go through all kinds of cool stuff. But you may not like that. Like I said, if you don't like that, click on it again on lit. Go back to default lit, and then I'll even keep this multiply on there, so it's kind of like a dark noodle, and then I'll plug that into metallic, and then I'll plug that into roughness, and I'll save it. Now I've got the material I'm kind of looking for. Looks like it's going to be a dark purple, glassy noodle, and it's cool. I like it, guys. You know, just real simple, right? Guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. I got all kind of tutorials coming. Obviously, this is the first one in Unreal Engine 4. Please subscribe to the Deprived Productions YouTube channel and start toying around with Unreal Engine 4, guys. This thing is fun. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn blueprints and materials and particle systems and textures, and this is just the beginning. We have so far to go, and we're going to do so much. So, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon again. Thanks for all my Project Torture people that are jumping on the page with us. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And again, like always, I'll see you soon.